Here we go. Let's get this out of the way. Hi, everyone, and welcome to TWF Friday Night Smackdown. I, Gorilla Monsoon, with Mike Lane and with Wade Barrett. And today on Friday Night Smackdown, yesterday, we're going to talk about, what happened yesterday on Friday Night Smackdown. Yesterday on Impact or Hit, my mistake. About how Baron Corbin became the new TWF hard middle fighter after Autolycus had to yield up the strap. Well, you got that right, Gorilla. What we end up seeing, was Autolycus had to give up the strap because he went missing, and we don't know where he's at, Mike Lane says. I can tell you right now, Wade Barrett says, Autolycus has to be the luckiest man in the world, or not lucky. He got his strap taken off of him because he went missing. And everyone was bitching about what happened to Cody Rhodes, and no one was really that upset about what happened to Autolycus. A lot of folks were unhappy with what happened to Autolycus, Wade Barrett. Wade. It's just the unlightness is that Autolycus went missing, so they had the rights to take the strap off of him, where Cody Rhodes wasn't missing, he wasn't sick or wounded, they just took the strap off him because they wanted to. So wood juice for your needed there. Well, Wade Barrett said it's a double standard. Everybody was all up in arms about Cody Rhodes losing a strap, having the strap taken off him. When they did to Autolycus, no one seemed to care. A lot of folks did care if Autolycus lost his strap or not. Now, would you stop? Says Wade Barrett. A lot of folks did care if Autolycus lost his strap or not. Would you stop? Gorilla Monsoon says. Well, we can all tell right now, Mike Lane says, that the new TWF hard middle fighter, Baron Corbin, is in the ring right now. Yesterday, I won the TWF hard middle winnings after Autolycus, the King of Thieves, lost the TWF hard middle winnings, but not due to any match, because he went missing and they couldn't seek him, so they took it off of me. And then I beat, Ruby, and then I became the new TWF hard middle fighter yesterday. Now, some folks out there might be irked and say, did you do something to make Autolycus go missing so they would give the strap to you? And the answer would be, no, I didn't do anything to Autolycus to make him go missing so I could get the strap. No. You might be thinking of the past when I was a heel and most of my run in WWE, but not now. I don't know what happened to Autolycus, to tell you the truth. Shit. At the end of the day, I don't know what happened to him. But all I know is that he went missing, they couldn't seek him, so then they took the TWF hard middle winnings off him. I beat Ruby, and that was the end of it. And don't think, Baron Corbin, that it was a smooth win to beat me. So don't think that it was that smooth for you to beat me, because it was not. No, I'm not saying it wasn't smooth to beat you. You had that stand you're standing on. You could work it as a weapon. And what did I have? I don't know, some kind of background from McDonald's, Happy Meal, Disney's Aladdin, whatever thing. That's all I had. But I did say, if you wanted to have another match, for the TWF hard middle winnings or whatever, then there. We can do it. And the funny thing is, we don't even have to yield. for Ric Flair, we can just, do it now. Where that is where you would be wrong. So, it looks like to me that Baron Corbin and Ruby still have some unended business between each other ever since Baron Corbin won the TWF Hard Metal Winnings yesterday on Impact or Hit. So here today on Friday Night Smackdown, we will see Ruby fight Baron Corbin for the TWF Hard Metal Winnings, and it will happen now. Well, we can get a fight more in the ring. Well, Girl Monsoon says a lot of folks might wonder, if or when we'll ever seek they'll ever seek where Autolycus went. And if we do seek where we put him, he will hopefully get a match with either Baron Corbin or with Ruby, for the TWF Hard Middle Winnings. And, hold it. You know where I was at, Autolycus says? I'll tell you where I was at. I was buried underneath some dolls on the top of that book stand over there. And no one forgot to look over there. So now I lost my strap due to that. So I think it should be a freeway for the TWF Hard Middle Winnings. That's what I believe, since I never did, lose the strap. Well, that's what I'm thinking too. Alright, Autolycus, you're in the match too then. Well, we now heard, from the main overseer of the TWF, Ric Flair, and now Autolycus is now in the match. This match is for the TWF Hard Middle Winnings. First, she is Ruby, and he is Autolycus, the King of Thieves. And he is the stand up. Come on. And he is the TWF Hard Middle Fighter, Baron Corbin. Well, now Girl Monsoon said we'll have to see how Baron Corbin is going to get by both of these wrestlers. Down goes Autolycus, and down goes Ruby with that McDonald's Happy Meal, Disney's Aladdin background thing, Girl Monsoon says. And now Autolycus and Ruby just got beat up by Baron Corbin. Well, you want to know, I say Girl Monsoon. Well, you want to know, Mike Elaine says, you want to know, Gorilla, if Baron Corbin is going to pull out another weapon or not, or is he only going to entrust in one weapon? Your guess is good as mine. Mike Elaine said, well, Wade Barrett says he's now brought a bed in the ring now. So that's going to help him. And you ever know how heavy it is to pick up beds? Or to take them up and down steps? Beds are never made that way. Well, mine, see when someone hits you with the bed. Oh, Autolycus just hit Baron Corbin with a bed, Wade Barrett says. And beds are not light things at all. Wade Barrett says. No, they're not, Gorilla Monsoon says. A lot of folks have a hard time getting bids in and out of rooms and in and out of houses. And at the end of the day, Autolycus seems to be lucky. And now Ruby's gotten back up now and is now taking the background. And now, hit him with that background from the McDonald's Happy Meal, Disney's Aladdin thing, and knocked down Autolycus. Will we see Ruby as the new TWF Hard Middle Fighter, Gorilla Monsoon says? Yeah, Ruby doesn't really truly need any weapons at all. Her stand that she's on is her own weapon, Wade Barrett says. So she could really just, not work with any other weapons. Oh. And both Baron Corbin and Autolycus with them. You're right, Wade Barrett. Gorilla Mon, you're right about that. Ruby does have that stand that she's into is her own weapon. And now Baron Corbin's come back up now. And he just hit Autolycus and knocked him down. Ruby's back up and down goes Ruby. Wade Barrett hit Autolycus with the bed, and again with the bed, Girl Monsoon says. And we want to, wait, Girl Monsoon, you want to know, Mike Lane says, at the end of days in the Deep Six, how would it feel if one does it on one's bed, or one does it on here? Which one is he going to beat? Oh no, the Deep Six on Autolycus. The end of days on Autolycus. This match is over, Gorilla Monsoon says. Oh, Wade Barrett said he's choosing Autolycus because he thinks Autolycus is the weaker of the two wrestlers in the ring. Would you stop? 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner, and still the TWF hard middle fighter, Baron Corbin. Well, Ruby and Autolycus, they did not become the TWF hard middle fighter. And even though Autolycus did do a lot of things in this match, and so did Ruby, neither of them won the TWF hard middle winnings. Gorilla Monsoon says. No, they didn't, Mike Lane says. But they did bring the fight, They did bring the 8. But sadly, none of them were skilled enough, to beat Baron Corbin. Well, I can tell you right now, Wade Barrett says, at the end of the day, Ruby and Autolycus, truly have nothing to be ashamed of. But neither of them was a hard middle fighter, and that was Baron Corbin. But I believe Baron Corbin chose Autolycus because he felt Autolycus was the weaker wrestler in the match. That's what I believe, Wade Barrett says. And I'm here to tell you that I think Ruby and Autolycus, neither of them were weak. There is no weak wrestler or fighter in the match. Would you stop, Wade Barrett? Yeah, Mike Lane says, like Girl Monsoon said, I don't think there was any weekend to that match at all. I think they were all strong. Alright, we'll take it away now with Michael Cole. Well, thank you, Gorilla Monsoon and Mike Lane. I'm going to be talking with Baron Corbin here today on Friday Night Smackdown. Alright, Baron Corbin, we just saw you out there. We only saw you out there. And you beat Autolycus and you beat Ruby, and you're still the TWF hard middle fighter. Well, I can tell you one thing, Michael Cole. I guess I can call myself the king of hard middle. The Kaiser of hard middle. I mean, come on, that's what Kevin Nash was calling himself when he was winning the TWF hard middle winnings in 2002 YL and the TWF, back in the day. I beat two. I beat Autolycus, the King of Thebes. I beat Ruby. And no, I had to deal with a bed that was being hit on me. I had to deal with some kind of background, gold box from the McDonald's Happy Meal Disney's Aladdin thing at me. And worse than that, Ruby in her own stand. Well, you end up beating two of them. Are you worried about Ruby or Autolycus coming after you and wanting to have another match for the TWF hard middle winnings? No, I'm not worried about that at all, Michael. You saw me out there. I beat both of them. And now makes me the king of hard middle. Makes me the Kaiser of hard middle. You know, it's the first strap I think I won in my whole time in the toy wrestling gathering. I don't know what I'm doing in the NWA. I knew what I did in WE back in the day. So if anyone wants to come after me, well, I'll be ready for them. Well, alright. That's my talk with Baron Corbin. You know, back to you, Gorilla Monsoon and Mike Lane. Well, thank you, Michael Cole, for talking with Baron Corbin here today on Friday Night Smackdown. And it's all the time we got it for Friday Night Smackdown. I, Gorilla Monsoon, with Mike Lane and Wade Barrett. We hope you like Friday Night Smackdown, and we'll see you tomorrow for Collision or Hit.